Today we are honing in on some of the top techniques within the game, some of the best attack strategies that you can try and integrate in Clash of Clans. Now the whole purpose of this video is that you can hopefully take snippets of these attacks, whether that be the kill squad in itself, we will show you a few different variations of that, down to the strategy which actually finishes off the base. Obviously we will be focusing in on these strategies here at Town Hall 12, but we do have a very nice example at Town Hall 11 towards the end of the video as well. So without further ado guys, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, diving straight into this first attack, we do have a Queen Charge Lalo. Now this is probably the best attack for you to be practicing for a number of different reasons. They are the most advanced but strongest strategies mixed into one. Now what I mean by that is the Queen Charge is incredibly difficult to master. It is a kill squad in itself, but it's the most difficult kill squad to master, but it can be the most effective. As with the Lalo, which is the back end portion of this attack, it's incredibly difficult to master, but if you can get it down, it is one of the strongest within the game. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, make sure to hit that notification bell as well. That's the only way you will see my videos once they go live and be able to catch my live streams. Now for this one thing you can notice in terms of that Queen Charge is you're still taking down some of them core objectives that you would be with a regular kill squad. That is the enemy queen, the enemy clan castle troops are down. Right behind that you can see the Eagle artillery as well. Now basically it depends on what is most satisfactory for yourself. How does the base lend itself? Maybe you can just bring in a big kill squad, couple of golems, wall wrecker, plow your troops in, but if the sweepers allow, as you can see in this one, they point to the right and the left, we're not going to be within any aggro of that as such. Air defense you can see are mainly pressed out of the way. We can easily get the queen into this bottom section, take out them objectives and start the Lalo from there. Now we get into that portion. Now we do have a couple of Lava Loon attacks in order to highlight in this video, and as you can see, getting over to this Giga Tesla at Town Hall 12, that is the biggest thing. I don't even need to tell you. As you can see, the Grand Warden on air helps to protect them loons through the Giga Bomb. If you do not take out the Giga Bomb as part of your kill squad, you've got a few options. You can either use the Grand Warden's ability, that is the most popular method, or you can actually suicide some loons onto it. Now you will see an example of that later on in this video. Basically you can either send a small pack of loons to the town hall, or equally, if you know the pathing is correct, you can actually just allow a couple of them to go down. Now all of these attacks are by the incredible crunch time. We are recruiting Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 12 players, that is maxed level players who are interested in competing at the highest level in the game. We are going to be applying for the CWL again next season and aiming for the top. So if you're interested, be sure to apply. You can join my Discord. Everything you need to know is in the description of this video in order to find out how to apply. Right, getting on to the second attack. This one, again, you can see the similarity in that of the Queen Charge. It works a little bit differently in this one, but we are using the Hog Riders to finish off the base. A little bit more user friendly than the Lalo, but definitely a difficult one to master still. We're not saying that any attack strategy is easy, guys. So if we focus in on what's happening here, we've used the E-Drag at the top here very sensibly to get good value. There's no air defense up there, there's no real point defense. Can actually create the funnel and continue to do that down the left hand side of the base here. Meanwhile, the Queen has walked up this area. That is basically narrowing the path for Hog Riders, taking out defenses. You know that your Hog Riders don't have to go to that area. Wall Wrecker can then get good value down towards the town hall. What that does is allows us to not only take out the defences in the north of the base here, but we've also able to lure the CC, and as you can see, the enemy queen goes down as well before we get access to that Giga Tesla. Now the Hog Riders Equally with the balloons, they will go down incredibly quick if you're coming up against a maxed Giga Tesla with the Giga Bomb underneath. So be careful, guys. We are now bringing a couple of hogs to these defenses just to snipe them off, try and protect our kill squad in the middle here as best as possible. But then once these hogs come down, we can press the main bulk of them through, and we're basically trying to narrow the path that the hog riders come through. As you can see, the heal spells are used very nicely, but this kill squad is protected. That is huge, and you will see in this attack how important that is. So we've actually been able to target the two multi-targeting Infernos relatively quickly, and that is very important for hog riders. Obviously the splash damage will take them down, guys, so you do want to make sure you can get onto them relatively quickly. Look at that MVP queen just taking out that Tesla, and look at how close it gets here. We do get unfortunate with a spring trap. As the hog riders come back across, you will see, boom, they get sprung here. Very unfortunate that they set off the spring trap down here, and unfortunately they don't get the cannon, but we have more than enough troops on the outside of the base in order to come round and take it out. Just gets a little bit more hairy on time, shall we say. But in terms of the hog riders, very much like the Lalo, you're looking at the pathing of the base and whether you can get the hog riders controlled through where the heal spells will be effective. The hog riders are a little bit better in terms of you can use them in a mass format and you're not going to have to worry about tanking of lava hounds and things like that. Maybe you don't have a huge amount of troops afterwards. The hog riders can be a little bit more user friendly of that as well, because the lava hounds, they are 30 troop capacity, so with two of them, that is 12 loons that you're basically losing out on. On to the next one. This we will try and focus on the back end of the attack, on the Lalo itself. So we do use a couple of loons initially, just again set the funnel here for our queen to come down and then into the base. Now we're using the king as well, just sacrificially on this side, and the wall wrecker, clearly it's going straight for the town hall. You can see the path it's taking straight through the base and what that's going to allow us to get. Again, notice the similarities in terms of the queen and CC here and the bottom of the base. We take down that single Inferno, just about get it before our CC troops pop out. Then we have everything frozen due to that ice golem. Don't you just love an ice golem in the CC? Low battery. Oh no, let's hope we can get through the end of the video. We're gonna make it quick, guys. How many attacks have we got left? We got 3 attacks left. This is not looking good, and I haven't got a charger, so let's just see what we can do. Right, queen has taken down the bottom area of the base here, which is great. Continuing to just sneak them loons in. If you can get some free snipes on the defenses whilst you have your kill squad coming in, whilst you have that queen charge, go for it, guys. The beautiful thing about the queen here is the eagle. Town Hall 11 and 12, sorry, the eagle is very deadly. And look at the pathing here for loons as well. Remember, loons, very much like the hog riders, will target defenses. If we had this eagle, an expo, the loons, as you saw, were starting to come down here. It would have been inefficient. We'd have had some come to the middle, some go on the outside, but fortunately we can keep the whole bulk of them in the middle here, and round they come. This is what we're talking about, getting to that final Giga Tesla though. We notice that there's actually only a couple of defenses on the other side of that Giga Tesla, and watch the split here. He has some loons coming in, he's got a pack here, sacrificially used the Grand Warden's ability beforehand, knowing that even if we lost some loons, we would still be okay. That is, with the minions coming around to help with cleanup, we actually have the P.E.K.K.A over there as well with the healer doing a great job, but unfortunately they don't want to go for the Tesla. We have to allow the loons to get over there. Not the end of the world, because we've got a lot of high HP storages down the bottom here, which the P.E.K.K.A will hopefully help with once it gets through the king. But there you are. Obviously this is kind of finer details, if you will. Once you've got the bulk of the attack, you've got the defenses, that's the hard thing. The cleanup, it tends to be the easier job, shall we say. Moving on to the last Town Hall 12 attack, it is the Drag Bat. Now this is something that we focused on in the channel. It works on select bases, and just having a look at this one, you can see the splash damage spread around the base, bar where this single target inferno is. So let's see how Kevin is going to do this. Again, you want to create the funnel for your dragons. That is hugely important. This strategy, whilst it can be relatively simple, can be very easy to mess up. So we have the queen creating a funnel here, king creating a funnel at the top, and you can see how the dragons will now be drawn right into the base. We're taking down the multi-infernos first. Obviously the sweepers pointing in these directions are not going to affect our dragons. We can come right in behind them, and then we can use the bats to sweep around the outside. So you'll see that in a second. This wizard tower is now occupied, so essentially we could start thinking about using the bats relatively shortly. Once the drags get that little bit further, they take down the queen. Here comes the bat spell over to that portion. We do have the freeze for the wizard tower. Obviously that's going to allow the bats to come through and take that area out. Just about get it. And I do like the addition of this lava hound to the back end for this final air defense. That's something that you often have to be careful of. If there's an air defense, you can use Sui heroes in order to take that out. You might have used your heroes to set the funnel though initially. That is something that if you don't set the funnel, you're not getting the 3 anyway. Sometimes you can get fortunate with the dragons. They'll have enough firepower to get to that final air defense, but make sure you're not overlooking it as well. Even a couple of loons with a haste might be able to take it out, and it might just save your dragons right the way through. Right, on to the final attack then, the Town Hall 11. This is an attack method that we haven't shown you yet. Again, you can pick parts of these kill squads and merge them together towards your attacks. Now I want to very quickly pause this and look at the sweeper. We have one here and we have one here as well. So, Battle Blimp, we can get right the way through the middle of that. Fantastic recognition, and it means that with the Lava Hound and the Loons, yes, we have to put a bit of troops in there to commit. We can get the Battle Blimp right into the middle. In goes the clone spells, queen goes down, loons just spread out everywhere from this point. And don't ever forget that electron method at Town Hall 10, 11, 12. It is a fantastic method. And just look at this. What it's done is it's created a divide within the base here. So actually, should we wish to, that's a terrible line, let's do it again guys, right through the middle of the base, should we wish to, I'm gonna quit. Should we wish to attack from this right hand side, we can be comfortable that nothing's going to come across to the left hand side until we've looped right the way around the base. I hope that made sense. After all of the terrible drawings, I hope that made sense. But in order to help with that, try and clean up as much as we can, we'll use the Sui heroes on this side of the base. Ideally, wanted to take out them wizard towers, missed the one on the bottom, but as you will see, with the electron method, if done correctly, you will actually have more than enough loons in order to get it done. So we took out so many key defenses in the middle. It was basically spreading the balloons around the outside. You don't always have a lot of haste spells to press the loons through, but actually if you can just preserve them, you can use so many loons and use them surgically because you have so many that coming down to the end of it, you can use them haste where it's most needed to get to them splash damage defenses. And as you can see, crushed this base. So we are going to wrap up the video relatively quickly before the battery dies, guys. That is going to wrap it up for this one. If you've enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe for all of my Clash of Clans content. Much more from crunch time to come. We have some exciting league play coming up, so stay tuned to the channel. Until next time, guys, peace out.